I grew up in Midlothian, Waxahachie, about 30 minutes south of Dallas, going to the Oaks Fellowship, which is now the Oaks Church. And my parents own a home building company. Grew up around that and with my parents as business people. I came to know the Lord when I was probably a junior in high school. I always knew like that I was a Christian, or that I wanted to be, like, I grew up around that, but whenever I was a junior, I kind of found it for myself. And we were at church, and I just really felt like God was saying that my relationship with him was more me feeling like my parents were not forcing it on me, but I was having a relationship with him because I felt like my parents wanted me to. And so just one night at church, I felt like, okay, I want my own personal relationship with God. So ever since then, I feel like I've just been growing and learning what a relationship with God and myself looks like. And then I came to ORU because I had actually never heard of it until probably the summer going into my senior year. I went on a missions trip with my mom and Bobby Parks, who is over JH Reach. And he used to be over missions and outreach at ORU, which is a big deal at ORU, missions and outreach. So whenever we were in Kenya, there was a team from ORU visiting or doing a missions trip, and we connected with them and took them out to dinner. And all of the students were just talking about how much they love ORU. And it was the first time I'd ever heard about ORU. I had no idea what it was. So I decided to look into it and came on a Quest weekend, which is the college weekend. And I just knew like this is where I was supposed to be, because the vision of ORU is so in line with what I believe. So yeah, that's how I came to ORU. And I'm a business management major.
I'm Libby, obviously. I was adopted when I was 9 months old into my family, and I had two brothers at the time. And then my little sister was born 10 years later. As a little surprise, I grew up in Midlothian also. Went to school with Ashton. Graduated from Midlothian 2020, COVID year. How I got to ORU. I was actually really wanting to go to DBU and cheer there because their cheer program was really good, and they like recruited me. And then Ashton kind of showed me ORU, and came to a Quest weekend with her. And we did like silent disco and like did a bunch of fun activities. So I was like, ORU, like it's way better. And so I went to ORU. I'm so glad I did. It's definitely like way more my style than DBU is, even though DBU is a great school. Came to know the Lord in like 6th grade after I met Ashton and two others, Caitlin and Ella. They've always been like some like really good influences of my life. And I think that it was because I saw like my purpose and how special it was coming to America and having the opportunity to like even meet like these people. That definitely influenced like the way I wanted to live and like wanting to be part of like what God is doing in my life. And so yeah, it's like a lot of people are lonely in college and like they don't really know how to tell people that, and so they just try to run to every like thing that's like catching their attention. So even for me, I'm like, oh my gosh, like my priorities are like so out of line because of that.
And it's like everyone tries to be friends with everyone and then they'll be like, I want a good, close relationship with someone, but they don't know how to do that.
Yeah, I think that I used to like think that having a busy schedule was me being like going towards some kind of goal or something. I was just like striving a lot. And I think a lot of people are like that, like our age.
Another thing is like relationships with guys. Like everyone wants to be dating someone, or not even just dating, like sneaky link things. I don't know how else to say it. I think that's a problem.
Yeah, relationships as a whole.
Yeah. People don't know how to have like a relationship. It's like they give we were talking about this last night, boyfriend and girlfriend perks without actually being committed to someone.
Yeah. Commitment is a hard one for our generation too.
Yeah.
Nobody knows. Like I'm not good at commitment at all because I'm like, oh, what if something better comes up, or like,
what if I'm just settling?
Mm-hmm.